1, 2, 3, 4. Now set, go shred. Now set, go shred. Yeah! Yo, what's shaking, everybody? This is Shred Central. I'm your host, Gymbo Jack, and what we do here is we talk about skateboarding and music with rad people. And speaking of rad people, hosting with me is one badass barista, Big Diamond Louie.
Hey, Gymbo, how's it going?
Good, Louie.
Right on. You been doing any skating this week?
I didn't get the sesh this week, but I did. The only skating I did was to go to Blue Tile Lounge and get this shirt that they did, the collab with Thrasher.
Yes, Thrasher Weekend, yeah. That was the last time I skated a couple of weeks ago when we were at Dunbat. That was so much fun.
People, you don't know how hard Louie was skating at this Adidas demo. Like, we skated all the way over there.
Before the demo.
We skated all the way over there, and as soon as we got there, he's still skating, and it's like in the mid-30s. So I don't know how this old guy does it. Just goes to show he loves skateboarding.
I do. A lot.
So without further ado, let me introduce our guest. He's a skater, he's a drummer, and that's what we're into, skateboarding music. Put your hands together for Tyler Riener.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, dude?
Thank you for having me on. This is absolutely incredible.
Hey, man, like I said, we're into skateboarding, we're into music, and that is what you do, and that's what we want to shoot the shit about. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing well. Very exciting times for me with my music career, obviously. We just recently released our new album, United, by Spades GT.
Right here. Now, who recorded this album?
So that album was done by a gentleman named Kyle Marchant. Out of Toronto. Excellent young producer and engineer. And great work ethic and has worked with some reputable bands. And he did our last album and we just enjoyed the vibe. We enjoyed the environment and the workspace. So he took on the second album for us and it went together even better the second time around that we knew how to work with each other. And, it was just, it's always a good educational lesson working with Kyle. You know, he's just such a genius at what he does.
Nice.
Well, it shows. The album sounds great.
Amazing. Thank you.
I listened to it on the way down here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time to listen to it.
Yeah,
And
man,
thank you for checking it out.
Okay, let's get some proof now, Louie. What song do you like the most on that one?
Oh, it's a toss-up. I really like Wrecked because it's got like that kind of skateboard punk rock vibe. But Demons is good too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. There's a lot of good songs on that album.
So I got to give a shout out. So on Wrecked, really good friends of ours in the Fast Life. That's Andrew Morehouse. He's the frontman of that. And we collaborated on a song called Excess on our first album. So we thought it would be pretty rad to create like a party atmosphere tune. And we always generally try to do that with them. So we brought Wrecked to the table on this album. And it's really cool and interesting. I just wanted to bring that up because it's really cool that you actually said that song out of the 8 tracks that are on it.
Yeah, that one just stood out to me. Like that could be on Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Amazing. I wish that would be rad.
Speaking of skateboarding, so what we ask all our guests is, how did you get into skateboarding?
So back in the day, I used to live above a grocery store, Bathurst and Shepherd. And I remember my mom taking me to, it was like a Sporting Life store or something like that. And it was a skateboard company called Nash.
Oh, yeah.
And it had a car on it, okay? and like the trucks, the bearings, like everything about it was just god awful. But it looked good and I just knew this was something I could relate to and adapt to. And I just spent my whole childhood and my young years, even before I got into drumming, just in the skate culture and skateboarding, and got into it heavy and used to go to like, what was it? On Steeles there was a really cool skate shop. They used to have a mini ramp, a half pipe in the store. Board Zone?
Oh, yeah? They had a half pipe
Remember
in there?
Board Zone?
I didn't get uptown a lot.
Okay.
Not that far
Because
uptown.
we grew up
Nobody
in,
rides a bike. He's not going to ride
yeah,
his bike
we grew up in North York. So
Yeah,
for
yeah.
us guys, we used to go there, and then on the weekends when we were in school, we would skate at, of course, legendary Shred Central. We used to hang out in the alley there, and we would spend our whole days trying to do that fun box, right?
Oh, God.
And then go to Hogtown and all the So Hip and all the legendary spots in Toronto at the time, and just like surrounded ourselves in the culture of skateboarding. And even at school, everywhere we went, we had a board. And then of course it gradually progressed into like, I want to try to get sponsored.
Yeah.
I want to try to kill myself.
Yeah.
And then became quite a good little skater. And then from there, I just did it for years and years. And then obviously drums came into my life, and then it became like a serious liability where I was like, if I break myself up, I'm not really going to be able to do it. But I still skate every now and then. I still, even to this day, I still get on a board and I can still do some stuff, you know.
That's great.
When I went to your CD release party for the United album, you took my board for a second and you did a kickflip first try.
Yeah.
First try.
Wow. Cool.
And just goes to show the muscle, what's it called? The
Muscle memory?
Muscle memory, yeah. You just, like, no problem. Did you try to do a heel flip after?
I tried a heel flip. Yeah, I was like, okay, I need an hour, half-hour warm-up here.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, let's talk about your first pro board. Like, Nash department store boards were a good introduction to a lot of kids, but like, what about a legit setup? You remember your first board?
So a legit setup, I always definitely were Destructo trucks.
Yeah.
Always, like just my whole skateboarding career, I used to use those. Then of course I've had Spitfire wheels, and then I tried those like gel wheels. I went through Black Panther bearings back in those days.
What was your first legit board?
My first legit board, if I could recall, I believe it would have been a blind deck.
Oh yeah. So let me ask you, how did you get into drumming? Playing drums?
So I will share with you guys, my father is the legendary drummer of the Canadian heavy metal band ANVIL. He's rocking a shirt.
Nice work, Louis.
And, I was just basically born and surrounded with that from birth. Mm-hmm. And my dad and my parents and my mom, everybody was very supportive in my attention and my dedication to it and the craft to it, and they were very just behind me on I want this is something I want to do, because it's very hard when you don't have supportive parents.
Sure.
It discourages you to play. It makes you feel uncomfortable to play, so you're not comfortable and you're not going to give it your all because you feel anxious, you feel anxiety, you're feeling like, man, I'm really pissing my parents off right now, it's loud, it's this. So I never had that problem, right? Mm-hmm. And then I would surround myself. I'd always go out to the studio. My mom would work. My dad would watch me during the day if I wasn't out of school or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, we're hanging out at the studio. It wasn't like a daycare or this.
The studio was in the house in the basement or something?
No. ANVIL, they always rehearsed in the East End of Toronto. Okay. Except for back in the day, they had a rehearsal joint at Safer Studios out in the West End. But no, I would just spend all my time as a child, and I would try to play my dad's kit, and of course my feet wouldn't hit the kick pedals, right? Mm-hmm. And I just always been around it. And then I grew up and got into Sum 41 record, Half Hour of Power. And
Hour of Power.
Yeah, and then of course like Blink and stuff. Back in like those days, like when I was like going into high school and met my best friend, and we were just like, you know what? Like we should start a band.
Yeah, Travis Barker's an inspiration.
Yeah, huge inspiration.
So how old were you when you started playing, like getting with the sticks in your hand and started playing the drums? Like
really?
4 years old, fucking 10 years old?
Like, yeah, there's a picture of me, believe it or not, as like a baby, like 1-2 years old, and I have drums. And the wildest thing about this photo is that like I'm actually holding the sticks correctly. Which is why it's not like you're like
a jazz dude, that'd be sick.
You're like actually gripping them, holding them, you're like, oh,
he's a natural.
Little dude is a natural. And it would have been about 14 is when I really started soaking up the interest. And then by 16, I knew what I wanted to try to do and execute with my life. And
you got your own kit at that age?
And I went for it. Yeah, I worked and it's funny because even having a great supportive dad and a drummer and everything, like, and with gear and all this, I still, I earned my first drum kit. I got my first little, job as a skate marshal, and I saved the $500. Went to Paul Bailey at Soul Drums.
Hold on a second. What's a fucking skate marshal?
So like one of those like dudes that like skate around a hockey rink with like a pylon vest on. At public skating.
I thought you were talking about fucking a skateboard marshal.
I would wear this vest at Grand Ravine Hockey Arena, and I would skate around in circles and just like make sure people don't kill themselves on the rink. Right?
Yeah.
And then I saved up $500 and bought my first drum kit off Paul Bailey at Soul Drums. It was a Slingerland vintage kit, and then that was it for me. That was it. I was punk rock and metal records and old school rock and roll records, and then I knew this was my passion, this is my drive, this is my purpose.
Sounds like the apple did not fall far from the tree.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is there any skateboard videos that you remember watching being younger and heard a song from that video and said to yourself, holy shit, who are these guys? I want to check these guys out.
I think it was the song in Mark Appleyard's skate park in the Flip Sorry video.
Right. The placebo song.
Yeah, when that Mark Appleyard's one of my, that guy's just
Toronto.
incredible. That guy's incredible, clean and just frontside foot, like everything. Just I loved his style of skating. And when that clip came out, I remember I was young, it was on VHS too, back in the day, and you're like, wow. And just the way how the tempo and everything in the part.
It's magic.
Because you'd easily be like, well, that's not really a skate tune.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not fast, that's not punk rock, that's not this, that's not thrash, that's not, but it worked. For that era, that time and place, for the culture of skateboarding, that worked.
Yeah.
Or I believe, or I feel that it worked.
I feel that as well. And a lot of things, what a lot of people don't recognize either is like when dudes are editing these skateboard videos, and when the dude's landing the trick, it's always on the beat.
On the beat.
It lands on the beat of the song, and it just makes it work even better for the part.
Absolutely.
We do this thing, speaking of music, we do this thing where we hit the streets of Toronto to find out what skateboarders, like random skateboarders, are listening to, and we decide if the songs are rad or not rad. Would you like to partake?
I will. Do you want my true honesty?
True, honest opinion,
Okay.
man.
Always.
For sure. Okay, so this is Random Skater number 1. Sorry, what are you listening to?
Pup, P-U-P,
What's the song?
Doubt.
Pup, Doubts. That's the name of the song. All right. So, do you think that song was rad or not rad, Tyler?
I could see that song being more on the rad side of things.
Mm-hmm. So you think the song's rad?
Yeah.
Okay.
It reminded me a little bit of, I was like, it got a little bit of like a Weezer
Totally Weezer.
kind of backbone going on there, right?
Louis?
So I was like, it has potential.
Like, yeah, they have that like vibe going back a few years. I like Pup. Yeah, they're okay. And that kind of like emo kind of punk.
Was it rad or not rad?
Oh well, yeah, rad.
Nice. I think it was rad too because, like you said, it had that Weezer kind of like the guitars are heavy, but the vocals are very soft and melodic, and girls love that shit, right?
Yeah, it's got that pop element, right?
Okay. Let's listen to what Random Skater number 2 is listening to. Listening to for our podcast.
Yeah, man. Ika Mouse. Wanna do them?
Ika Mouse.
Ika Mouse.
Rad. I'm into this. You know? I'm into the vibe, right?
So you think this song is
I'm gonna say it's rad.
Louis?
Definitely rad. Yes, I'm a big fan of Jamaican music, and I already know that song.
You do?
Yes, I've been listening to a lot of dance hall lately. Yes, and that would be on that rotation for sure.
Okay. I didn't think it was that rad. It sounded like fucking about a million other reggae songs I've listened to, and like, I mean, if it's not Bob Marley, I don't give a shit.
Oh,
There it is.
well, don't hold back, Jimbo.
Okay, well.
You got to give it an effort, right? You got to give it a
Someone's
try.
got to give these songs a slice every once in a while. Okay, so let's listen to what Random Skater number 3 is listening to. So, dude, what are you listening to?
Bamboleo by Gypsy Kings.
Bambolea by Gypsy Kings.
Not rad. I don't know anyone that could.
I was boogieing.
Have you heard it before?
No, but I'm not really into like that kind of Enrique Iglesias kind of.
Right. So that song was not rad.
I would say, yeah, for me personally, because I'm not a fan of that kind of music, I would say it's not rad.
Louis, rad or not rad?
Not rad. I've heard that song too many times. That band had their moment, and like every Portuguese wedding I went to, I'd hear that song.
The Perqueta comes on.
Oh, you got it, man. All of that. Yeah. Too much. No, yeah. Not rad. You?
I thought that song was rad, Louis.
Oh,
Of
I
course you
know. Bambalea. Yeah, I thought that was rad.
did. All right.
I think it's just maybe because I've heard it like
It's
quite a bit.
It's
Okay, so that's it. 3 skaters. That wasn't so hard, eh?
No,
No.
that guy's gonna not like me though.
It's all right. You're never going to see that person anyway. Imagine that person running into you on the street, be like, dude, you don't like my fucking song? Bam!
Bang.
There's a bunch of bands named Spades, but your guys are called Spades GT. What's that all about?
Okay, so just a little short background. I used to be in a local metal band years ago called KM. We did really well, put out a couple records. And
KM?
KM.
How do you spell that?
CAYM. It was he guarded the gates of hell in German mythology, is how the name came about. If you want to get really deep.
yeah. That doesn't get more metal than that.
Yeah, and you basically got, if you had like Unearth and Killswitch Engage, and they had a baby,
That's KM.
you got KM. And that was like my real beginning start to like playing all over the country and like really doing it.
Nice.
And then from there, we used to tour with Spades. Whenever we would go up in Northern Ontario, because Spades, Johnny Pints, and Dan,
Johnny Pints.
yeah, and Dan Horton, they are born and raised from Sault Ste. Marie, so they started the band up in the Sault. And we used to play all like Thunder Bay, North Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, all around that region with them every time we would go through. So that's how I met them. And then they moved to Barrie about 5 years ago, and then they hit me up and they're like, T-Man, we're thinking about putting this band together. And I had my daughter at the time. I took a couple years off, and I was like, man, this is a perfect time to get back into really playing and do something. And then we just put it together, and off we went with it. And yeah, now we're here. And,
That's amazing. I didn't know that you weren't the original drummer for Spades, but what the fuck do I know? That's why you're here. We're asking these questions.
it's been about 5 years now that we've been in like an active band, and we put out our albums every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
That's our goal. Yes.
Okay.
And we're old school, man. Like, don't get me wrong. You go online, like everybody now on all these social media platforms, and get our music and get all this, but I'm just old school. All the guys are old school. We still like to print a physical CD, even though you can't fucking, spin them in a $2,000 Apple computer today. You know what I mean? But
I know. When I bought this at your fucking at your show at the Bovine, I couldn't play it on anything that I had, so I had to listen to it on Spotify.
But at least you have a physical copy, right?
I do.
Because
I do.
It's that's just why we do them, is because some people still care to have the actual artistic part of it, right?
We have a model of the month that we like to showcase to everybody, the world, whoever's watching. This is our model of the month. Would you like to see what it looks like?
Sure.
Okay. Stand by, everybody.
Oh yeah.
This is a Spit skateboard by Zero. It is 31¼ inches long. It's 9¼ inches wide, and it's got a 14-inch wheelbase. The Spits from Zero. How'd you like that board?
Dude, that's a gnarly board.
Good shape.
I like the shape of that. It's wide deck too. Mm-hmm. I like the nose on it, right? The tail on it too.
Yeah, the photos are actually from a yearbook, but the faces have been tweaked a little bit to make them look kind of goofy.
Goofy.
It's funny. It's fun. I'm glad you like it.
Zero, another great skate company too, all right?
And that band, we interviewed the singer on the show.
Nice.
Yes, let
Sean
me bring
Wood.
the point of my fucking having that model in particular this episode is when I first recognized or heard the name Spades. I was at the Bovine, and there was the Spades Skull Skate sticker on the woman's washroom. It looks like Skull Skates, but the spade is in place of the black eye, right? And I took a photo, and I reached out. And the funny thing about the Spits and that thing, like, whose idea was it to use the Skull Skate logo and put the spade in the eye there?
So if I'm not mistaken, that would have been Johnny.
Johnny
And who's
Pints?
Yeah, Johnny Pints.
And what does he do in the band?
He's the frontman,
Okay,
singer, and vocalist.
Johnny Pints. Nice. Okay, so, what was it?
Oh yeah, little spider come down like that.
Fuck. All right. So, okay, the story about the board here in the Spits. So it was Johnny Pince's idea to use that Skull Skate logo.
I believe so, yes.
Now, when we had Sean Woods, a guitar player from the Spits, on the program, he was telling us that they played a show in Vancouver, and their merch that uses the Skull Skate logo, and it says Spits on it, right? And he says PD, the owner from Skull Skates, was at the show, and he's at the merch table.
We had a merch table set up, and our tour manager Ted's there, and I'm just standing off to the side, and Petey walks up, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take that, and let me get one of those," and I'm looking, going, "Oh fuck," and tour manager Ted's like, "All right, they'll be like, some amount of money," and I'm like, he goes, "No, I'm not paying," and I'm like, Ted, I'm like looking over at him, I'm like, Ted, it's cool, just give it to him, Ted, give it to him.
And we haven't used that logo like in years, like that's our logo, right?
Yeah, don't worry, I won't tell him. Maybe PD has softened up a little bit in his old age, and maybe he's a little more appreciative because people are doing it out of respect, not out of like being.
It's an homage, yeah. And there's a tradition of that stuff in skateboarding. It should,
You also opened up for the Exploited.
Yeah.
And you're gonna play with them again.
Yes.
How did you hook that shit up?
So, I guess last year, we've known we were going to play with Exploited for a long time. And they were supposed to come through, and then poor Waddy took ill. Health comes first with all this shit. And, we were like, okay, man, make sure Waddy gets good, make sure Waddy gets right. Maybe the dates will get rescheduled and blah, 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 blah. So then it finally got rescheduled, and we were able to play with them last year at Lee's Palace. Thanks to a long time brother and great promoter and awesome dude, Steve Hogue. He's always had my back.
Steve Hogue?
Yeah.
Like a hoe?
No, Hogue, H-O-E-G. Steve
Hogue.
Yeah. So I've been working with Steve for since I was like a teenager, and he's just always been solid to our camp and us guys and myself. And we were lucky enough to be able to get that gig and show, can we do this? Can we show our worth? And we did that, and then we got lucky enough last year to play that gig at Lee's Palace in Toronto. It was like sold out. It was an amazing show. And then we went to Ottawa the next night and ripped at the Brass Monkey.
They asked you to play with them in...
Yeah, so we went to Ottawa the next night.
Oh.
So we did Toronto and did Ottawa. And then now they're coming back around this year. And then we got asked if we would like to do the Toronto show on the Sunday. So we're direct support for the Sunday show coming up in Toronto on October 19th.
Every punk band wants to open for the Exploited. Legendary punk rock band. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And twice.
Like anything. See, a lot of it is too. It's like if you want good opportunity, if you want to do things in a band or anything, and like I can't stress this enough. Some people take it the wrong way or whatever, but it's all about work ethic. A lot of bands always have the attitude, I'm not going to sell tickets. I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to, well, dude, if you have the ambition and the drive and you sell some tickets and you can show a promoter, you can show somebody in this local scene that, hey man, like you could actually bring some people out.
Yeah, some people think that's someone else's job to sell tickets.
Yeah, you're the promoter, right? You got to show, you got to promote it, you got to sell the ticket, you got to do whatever. I just can show up, play, and then I'm not going to watch any of the bands. I'm going to leave. That's not what you do. You have to have the work ethic in order to develop anything and hope that you turn it into something magical and something that may be able to click and have people enjoy. But, we hustled and worked hard and sold tickets and proved our worth to be on that show.
So, no opening up for ANVIL?
We've done our fair share of that.
Have you? I haven't been to any ANVIL gigs, sorry.
All right, we're going to change that.
Yeah.
So, I'm playing, unfortunately, the same night they're playing in Toronto at the Phoenix, but I got you. You have to go to that show.
Cool, man. Yeah. Right on.
Besides the obvious, like your dad being the drummer in ANVIL, do you have like another drummer who's like a big influence for you?
Oh yeah, huge.
Favorite?
I'm big into like the old guys. Like when I believe in if I'm gonna learn how to play drums, and like the new guys are great. They bring all this new technique. They bring all the new stuff. But I'm more like Ginger Baker, Mitch Mitchell, Cozy Powell, Ian Pace, Don Brewer. John Bonham. Then, of course, all the jazz guys, Louis Bellson, Gene Krupa, Buddy Rich,
Wow.
Elvin Jones, Papa Jones.
You know your shit.
You know, and it gets deeper from there. You know, I still say everybody, you know, like one of my favorite drum intros is Squib Cakes by Tower of Power. And it's like, try to play that drum intro at the beginning of Squib Cakes of Tower of Power. It's like, that is insanity.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But yeah, I grew up around very good drum education because of my dad, and I always listened to like Bill Ward, Black Sabbath. That's my religion.
Right.
You know, that's a must, right?
Have you seen Black Sabbath?
I've been privileged to see Black Sabbath twice, not with Bill Ward though. Yeah.
We were at that show too, the one at Budweiser stage without Bill, 2016 I think it was.
Yeah, there's that one, and then Hamilton. Saw them in Hamilton, and then I saw them years ago with Dio.
With Dio?
Yeah, Heaven.
As singing.
Front
front.
end?
Singing, yeah, Molson Amphitheater.
Did skateboarding influence the music that you listen to now at all?
A million percent.
Nice.
Million percent. Skateboarding was everything, man. Skateboarding got me into wearing a black T-shirt. Skateboarding got me into, you know, rebellious punk rock. Put a chain on, get a patch on your backpack, dye your hair a different color, get your tattoo. Like, skateboarding changed my life. I got into that culture and just everything that was about it. And, you know, still to this day, I have such a passion for, you know, I still watch skate vids and all that. And, you know, me and my buddies in town are his boys. They're skateboarding, we got ramps built, you know, we can't let go of just our upbringing, right? And we want to see the next generation and the young kids pick it up because it's the most free thing in the world when you have your tunes on, you have your skate deck, and you're just cruising. There's just something free about that feeling. And I still, to this day, get high off it for sure.
Rad.
Yeah.
Do you have a Shred Central memory from the skate park days you'd like to share?
Like, we're going back, eh? We're going way back. But, like, yeah, like, all of us, like I said, used to host some really cool competitions and stuff there. And, like, you had that bowl. I remember when you put that in. And, like, we just used to go there and we would watch some really good local dudes at the time, like just rip that park rip it. And where you're like, dude, I don't even want to skate today.
They just want to watch.
Like, and there was some day, because I remember you, like, if I don't recall, you would walk through that door and then the pipe was right there. You'd walk kind of on the ramp to get over, but then on the far side, there was like another kind of park you had built there. In the far back corner, there was the bowl, and then there was like another park over there.
There was a mini for a while in the corner.
Yeah, we had a lot of different obstacles there, not only to try to keep our members stoked, but also to keep ourselves stoked. So we'd like to change it up a lot there.
And I remember we were kids, and we would get off at Yonge and Wellesley there, you know, we'd skate over, head up Niagara, and we would skate outside, and you'd hit the grocery store at the corner, and, you know, then you know, all the whole area, McDonald Block, Commerce Court, TD, like CBC, like all the skate spots, you start to learn. And then at the end of the day, you always came back to your joint, always. You always circled back and ended up at some point to Shred Central.
Well, because we charge you $10 and you could come and go all day. So you could like come and skate for a bit and then fuck off to go skate CBC or skate the ledge or the pond at fucking Bay and Wellesley there.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know any skate parks now that would let you fucking pay and
because
fuck off and
growing up like in Toronto at least, like for indoor parks, I remember there was one, I think it was called Rampage
yeah
on Keele Street.
Yeah, I used to go up there
years ago. That was it was more like, I thought it was more for bikes, but like it was.
Yeah, they allowed bikes.
They allowed bikes
we
there,
did not.
but it was a good indoor park for like just got on board, like, oh, it's a cool indoor skate park. You had no clue about the culture, you had no clue about nothing. And then it was Shred Central. There really wasn't another indoor park atmosphere besides Shred Central,
especially downtown
in those days downtown. And that's where all us skate guys would always go, and that's no bullshit. That's like, we would always hang out there. You had the board shop up in the front, watch videos, we'd hang, you know.
Those were good times.
But they were great times. And again, like, here I am, you know, almost 40, still remember it like it was yesterday too, right?
Yeah, so like maybe we'll start wrapping this up now. What do you think, Louis? You got anything else you want to ask?
Do you want to thank anyone?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys, all of you guys, straight up, first and foremost, like just by connecting with myself, Gymbo, you know, online, and then taking the time to come out and check out the band and check out the show and get into like everything of what it is and just connect with you.
I dig you guys, man.
You know,
You guys are rad.
and everybody watching and tuning in, you guys got a great thing going, great channel, very inspirational, very educational,
Thanks,
meeting
dude.
a lot of cool dudes. You have a lot of cool reputable guys that come on too that have just like a lot of cool skate knowledge in the background too, right? Like some of your conversations are in depth, and yeah, I feel honored to be here. And you got
Cheers.
such a great spot, so thank you for having me on.
You're welcome, dude. Thanks for coming, man.
And I want to shout out my band, eh?
Yeah, of course.
Daniel, Matt, Johnny, Sean, everybody, you know,
Johnny,
Fast
what's his
Life,
name again?
GFU crew, Johnny Pints.
Johnny Pints.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love that name.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, because they all send their regards, and at the end of the day, like
Cool.
they believe in me to be part of their shit, and together as a family and a brotherhood, you know, we're united. So check it out. Check out the disc right
here,
there.
man.
Check it out, and check out the podcast
Oh, well, you have your own podcast.
that we do.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so Adam Vetter and myself have a drum podcast called Drummers Paradise Podcast. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, we would appreciate the support. We have a lot of cool heavyweight drums and drummers and cool stories and just everything to do with learning, passion, groove, education.
Right.
It's turning out to be really cool, a lot of fun. We're getting a lot of great support from it. And I look forward to continue to grow it.
And that's Drummer's Paradise.
Drummers Paradise Podcast.
Cool.
Do you have a favorite Anvil song?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a couple. If I had to pick one right now on the spot, I'd probably have to say Computer Drone.
I like School Love. I think
School
it's
Love's great too.
That's
That's a hard question to ask me, you know. But like, one of my favorite Anvil albums is Plenty of Power, and it's just like, there's just something about that record that's thrashy and just aggressive, and it's just, as a kid, it's just one of my favorite records. But there's lots of great Anvil material. Even their new album's awesome, and yeah, definitely check them out too.
Awesome. Yeah, check out the new Anvil record. When's that coming out?
It came out
Oh,
not that long ago. Yeah.
Okay, we'll post a
Definitely.
link.
Definitely check it out.
Well, thank you so much for coming, dude. And like I said, we wish you all the best with you and your bands and your podcast and your family. And you know, don't hesitate to pick up that board and do another fucking kickflip first try.
100%. I'll send it in. I'll send you some.
Okay, let's end this episode by thanking our sponsors. I want to thank the Iceman for providing us with the ice to keep our beers cold. And I'd like to thank the Bait Shop for providing us with the t-shirts and stickers that we'd like to give our guests.
Nice. Awesome.
for you.
Thanks, brother.
And yeah,
Appreciate
so
it.
I think we should end this program with a song off your new album. It's called Strong. I like this tune.
Nice.
I like the fast tempo. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching this episode. Keep enjoying music. Keep enjoying skateboarding. Enough said. Go shred. Thanks, Tyler.